Alright, kid. I owe you an explanation. My name is Shoto Todoroki. My hero name is Deku. And this is why. Everything Shigaraki was saying earlier was true. I am a coward, and all my friends are dead because of it. And I took the name of the one who calls himself One Above All, the villain that's killing off heroes and taking their quirks. We both went to this school, UA High. You ever heard of it? Yeah, it is pretty famous. One day in class, we were choosing our hero names. I ended up choosing my own name, and he chose the name that was used to bully him his entire life, and he decided from that day on that Deku was the name of a hero. He was a pretty inspiring kid, and you honestly remind me of him a lot. But even though not all of us knew it at the time, we felt like that guy was going to change the world. He'd be the next symbol of peace. Little did I know that he was being taught by the symbol of peace. I had my suspicions, of course. I even went out of my way to ask him if he was the secret love child. But, he wasn't. One of our classmates, he went by the name Katsuki Bakugo. He knew him his whole life, and when he was a kid, he was quirkless, and he grew up being quirkless up to middle school. Turns out, the number one hero at the time, All Might, had a power that could be passed on from generation to generation. That quirk was called One for All. From what most of us understand is that it's used to store energy and a multiplier to make other quirks more powerful, or to give you super strength and invulnerability. When All Might had it, he was insanely powerful and fast. He felt untouchable. He was almost godlike. But he was also really inspiring, and he saved thousands, millions even. When Midoriya had it, well, let's just say he had many, many trips to Recovery Girl. But as time went on, he learned a lot more things about his quirk, and that he could use other quirks and enhance his abilities. Over time, Midoriya got a really good handle on his quirk. Needless to say, when the League of Villains attacked, we were more than ready. He was so strong. And you know how the story goes. We ended up winning that day. But no one really talks about what we lost. That day we lost so many friends and comrades. People that I wish I got to know better. And it was too late. Midoriya, well, he ended up losing his best friend. Yeah, sure, Katsuki and him had many problems growing up, but they ended up mending their bridges and creating a bond so deep and so unbreakable that his death just destroyed him. Life at UA was so different after that. There was too many empty seats, too many voids that couldn't be filled. We all became distant from each other after that, even more so Midoriya. He shut out Ida and Ochako. He wouldn't talk to anybody. If I hadn't been so up my own ass then, I would have helped him, like he had helped me. I owed him that much. One night I did decide to go talk to him in his dorm, but he'd gone. For weeks we had looked. Pro-hero agencies everywhere. All Might would not rest. Even his own mother, he hid from his own mother. We had heard a rumor that someone saw him at a League of Villains hideout, so we just assumed that he was kidnapped and taken there. Remnants of the League of Villains wanted revenge on what we had done to them, but we had heard that Shigaraki had been broken out of Tartaros, so they had the upper hand. Our troops were so spread thin. There were so little heroes left in Japan that we couldn't do an assault. We couldn't get our friend back. One night, Ochako, she begged me to go with her to get Deku back. But I told her no. I just didn't have a plan, and I was scared. I didn't want to go in there and die and have it all be in vain. I couldn't save him. Didn't know how. I felt so powerless in that moment. But Ochako ended up going anyway, and she went alone. She never came back. I should have gone. It would have made all the difference. Maybe he would have made it out. Maybe I could have convinced him to come. But he blew a fucking hole in her chest. Midoriya, why? Ochako? Really? As you know, at the time, 80% of the world's population had quirks, and now it's less than 20. The League of Villains, under its new management, took into developing anti-quirk serums. At first, they put it at anybody who would oppose them, taking heroes' quirks and making them subdue. After that, they sold it to the governments and politicians of the world, and some people bought into it. Some people who weren't heroes that just had mutations and wanted to look normal bought into it. The entire world eventually bought into it. Except this city, Los Angeles. They call it the last free hero city of the world. A place where people could use their quirks without being judged. A place where you could be free. And, well, you saw, it's about to come to an end tonight. It's either we'll comply, or it'll be forced upon us. Deku was supposed to be the name of a hero. Now, I'm not so sure. Reporter, you're a genius. The hero named Deku will be the name of a great hero. I will use the name to stand up to this one above all and remind him of who he is. Thank you, reporter. I wouldn't know what I would do without you. Alright, let's go stop Shigaraki. Hey everybody, it's your boy, Doki Doki Jukebox. Thank you so much for watching this video, I appreciate it. I hope you had fun being the reporter again. I have so many stories to tell between Todoroki and the reporter, and, you know, hopefully they catch up to Shigaraki and they stop whatever the one above all is doing. More on that later. Thank you again for watching. Give me a like, give me a comment, share the profile. I'm so happy to make these stories, and I'm happy that you guys like them. It has been overwhelming on how much reception that I've gotten. It has just been so positive. So thank you again, and I will catch you in the next one. Okay.